What is up, y'all? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about James Charles for quite a few different things, y'all. I feel like maybe about a week ago or so, I was going to make a video about him speaking out about TikTok because I was really surprised that a lot of people were like taking his side and agreeing with him, which I feel like is really rare on social media because y'all know that like no matter what James Charles does, people are going to hate on it. Like I feel like any single time that he goes viral on TikTok, people are like bashing him in the comments, but y'all, everyone and their mom was agreeing with him. So I was going to make a video about that, but then I was like, oh, like it's not enough to talk about to make a full video. But then right after that, Tati Westbrook spoke out about him, and then now he quote tweeted somebody calling him out from like writing to him on Grindr, and I'm like, oh my gosh, which I'm sure you guys all know by now, Grindr is a gay dating app, but in case you didn't, it's a gay dating app. So I was like, oh my gosh, within today's video we're gonna be talking about all three different situations because I was like, low key, this is really interesting, y'all. And I just feel like I want to say before jumping in this video, you guys know that I said it time and time again, y'all, if you guys have watched our podcast before, like me and my homegirl were always saying like it sucks like with society, y'all, no matter what, like something could have happened 15 years ago and it's like never going to be lived down. Do you know what I mean? I feel like specifically with the James Charles situation, no matter what he does, even if he were to like end up with a 50-year-old man, do you know what I mean? Like he's never going to beat those allegations that had came out about him. And I just feel like, y'all, it kind of sucks because I feel like on the internet, no matter what, everything stays forever. You know what I mean? Even if it was an honest mistake, it just still stays forever. And I don't know, I guess it's kind of like a little bit of a catch-22 in a way. But anyways, we're going to be talking about James Charles within today's video. Speaking of my podcast, y'all, it'll be linked down below. Make sure you guys go check it out. Also, we started uploading TikToks, y'all. We started doing like shorts on TikTok too. I'm on YouTube too. I get so confused, y'all, with shorts, reels, TikToks. It's just so many different things. So if you guys are not interested in like full like length podcasts, we are going to be doing a lot of shorts coming up soon. I know a lot of people can't sit for a podcast for 2 hours, but y'all, I do have to say, like, I'm over here tooting my own horn, but y'all, it's really entertaining the full 2 hours because we're a hot mess. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and keep it real. We're a hot mess over there. And then also too, y'all, I haven't talked about my travel channel in a while, but I still upload on there all the time. I am more so doing more shorts now. I really do feel, y'all, just keeping it real, sorry like to go off on a little bit of a tangent here before getting into the James Charles situation, but I feel like I was putting so much work into my travel channel. Like, y'all, I told you guys one time there was a video that took me 40 hours to edit because I did do a lot of like editing to it, a lot of graphics, a lot of like screen add-ons, do you know what I mean? And I just feel like it just really wasn't worth it. Like, just being so transparent with you guys, I've almost had that channel now for 2 years. In August will be 2 years, and it's been monetized, I want to say, for about a year and a half. Y'all, I have only made $1,200 from that channel for the life of the channel. $1,200 total. And I'm like, it's really not worth it for me to put so much work into it. And now I'm starting to see, like, I'll get more views on a YouTube short or a TikTok. So I'm just kind of like, you know what? I think I'm going to be focusing on that. So I still do have my love and passion for the travel channel, just letting you guys know. But I'm probably going to be only uploading, like, I would say one full-length video a month. Like, maybe 2 a month, but I'm just gonna shoot for 1, but I will be uploading a bunch of shorts, y'all, just letting you guys know. So those will be linked down below if you guys are interested in them. Let me shut up and let's go ahead and get into this James Charles drama. So the first thing that I want to talk about right here is the James Charles and like Grindr situation, which I have to say, like, there's, I don't know, I feel like two different ways about this. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just going to say this. I feel like it's kind of messed up for people to take your dating app like profile or your messages and screenshot it and post them. I really do feel like that is messed up. I know obviously with James Charles, being that he does have so many allegations against him and being that he is super, super popular, I know why people do it. Obviously they want the clicks, they want the views, they want the attention. I understand it, but then there's that side of me that I'm like, y'all, like I would never do that. Me and my homegirl actually on our podcast, we did a full dating app like horror stories of all of our dating app experiences, and y'all, we did not put one single picture out there. We did not put one screenshot out there, like nothing. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even mention people's names of the people that were writing to us and saying these like crazy out of pocket things. So I'm just kind of like, I don't understand, like, y'all, it's kind of messed up. In my personal opinion, I do feel like it is a little bit of invasion of privacy because, y'all, if I'm DMing back and forth with somebody, like, I'm so sorry. And especially, y'all, let's just go ahead and keep it real, especially an app like Grindr, people get really nasty on there. So it's kind of like, imagine if you're talking all, you know, like sexual or something, and then somebody puts you on blast. Like, that's embarrassing. Do you know what I mean? But I understand obviously with James Charles, but I do want to talk about this right here. So this guy did tweet out and said, every time I think back to this, I just start busting out laughing. And it's actual screenshots of him interacting with James Charles on Grindr. I can't tell what the whole thread said because he did block off some of it. But I'm going to go ahead and assume here that this guy was asking him, like, are you really James Charles? And then James Charles responded, said, it is, hello. And then the guy said, prove it. Send a pic holding up 3 fingers. And James Charles did. And then that guy had like wrote back to him. And here's another thing that I want to say right here. And I'm so sorry, just as somebody who pays attention to things, you can tell that this guy like deleted message or something because James Charles was like writing back to him like, what about you, lovely? And then like clearly he was responding to something, but like there was like, you know, messages deleted in between. And then the guy had responded back to him, "You are never beating those allegations," with a little crying face. And then James Charles had quote tweeted this and said, "Shocking news, adult queer man found on app specifically designed for adult queer men." Once again, I understand obviously with James Charles, let's just go ahead and say that he is like a polarizing figure. He's a captivating figure because he does have like over 35 million followers on TikTok. He has like over 20 million subscribers here on YouTube. You guys know like he is just really, really popular. So I understand why people do it, but I don't know. I still don't necessarily agree with it because I'm like, y'all, it just seems like clout chasing to me. Also, I do want to talk like on this topic. You guys know, if you guys have watched my channel for long enough, during the whole James Charles like allegations, I refuse to talk about it. And I've always said, and I've been fully transparent with you guys, it's because one, I'm like a type of person to where I want to talk about like lighthearted things and like crack a little joke about it, make a little bit of fun out of it. When that James Charles situation had came out, I was like, whoa, this is like actually, you know, incriminating stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to talk about this because let me just gotta keep it real with you guys. I feel like there was a lot of things that were put out there that were fake. There was a lot of edited DMs. There was a lot of like edited, screenshots of things that I was like, okay, I don't want to comment on all these things and like help put this narrative out there, and then what if it comes out to be false? Also on top of that too, I'm not trying to get sued, y'all, because let's just go ahead and keep it real, like I'm broke, like I literally can't afford a lawsuit. So I was like, I'm never going to talk about this. But I was reading the replies from this guy's tweet, and there was people in there saying that it was proven that everybody that he talked to that was quote unquote underage had lied, and it was proven that they had lied, that they were over the age of 18. So can you guys let me know about that? Because I'm a little bit confused. I was like, do I have my facts wrong here? Because I thought that he actively was speaking to somebody that he knew was underage. And now reading that, I was like, wait, did I get it wrong all along? And like all the people that he was talking to had lied to him? I'm so confused by that. But you guys know I really avoided talking about that because I was like, let me not get the facts wrong. And let's just go ahead and keep it real here. I'm not like the #1 news source out here. I don't have like fact checkers. I don't know how to like get information from the sources. Do you know what I mean? I pretty much just go based upon what I see online. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. I do feel like it is a little bit unfortunate in my personal opinion because I feel like, y'all, maybe James Charles, and I've said this before, like just give up on them dating apps. I just really feel like it's not working out for him because I feel like no matter what, people are going to see him, know that he's basically like celebrity status at this point, like meaning followers wise and things like that. And I feel like people are going to want to screenshot it and like make a TikTok about it or make like a tweet about it, obviously just to get some attention. And I think that it sucks. And honestly, y'all, James Charles is rich, okay? Like he's really rich. So why don't you get out there and pay a matchmaker? I talked to my homegirl before because I'm like, oh, I hate dating apps. I'm so over dating apps, but I don't know how else to meet people. So I'm like, y'all, I low-key want to hire a matchmaker, but I started looking into it and I was like, never mind. I don't have the type of money for that. It's pretty expensive. So I'm like, you know what? James Charles can afford that. Like, why don't you get a matchmaker? Because clearly time and time again, it's been proven out here that like people are going to screenshot this and kind of like make a fool of him. So I don't know, y'all. Also too, he did like, I did take a little bit of a screen recording. If you guys head over to his thing, like honestly, y'all, head over to his thing, head over to his Twitter, you guys will see he's liking a bunch of tweets in his defense, y'all. Like people are quote tweeting this Grindr, a screenshot, and said, attempted James Charles setups are so tired, and mind you, you on Grindr, an app designed for adults. Like, cause that was the #1 thing right there, is that there was some people responding to this guy. They were like, oh my gosh, like, are you underage or blah, 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 whatever, you know? And it's like Grindr, you specifically had to click legally that you are of 18 years or older to be on the app. You have to be 18. So anyways, he liked a bunch of tweets about it. I'm not going to read them all, but if you guys are curious, you guys can head on over to his Twitter account and you guys can read them. The next thing that I want to talk about right here is the TikTok situation. I'm going to go ahead and play a little clip right here because I do have to say, in my personal opinion, y'all know that I'm not the biggest James Charles fan. I just have to say what he was saying is perfectly true about the TikTok ban. And y'all, first of all, let's talk about that just for a quick little second here. This whole TikTok ban thing just really has me like tripping. Y'all know I'm really not on TikTok like that. So if TikTok were to get shut down, like it's really not going to affect me in any type of way. I make $0 from there. I very rarely even post on there. Recently, I've just been posting my travel stuff on there as well as on my podcast TikTok. Like we've been posting clips, you know. But once again, like just keeping it with you guys, they're not pulling in like hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views, and I'm not even part of the TikTok like beta program, so I'm not getting paid. So to me, it wouldn't affect me at all. But I do have to say, I find it to be really, really suspicious, and I'm like, why are they so pressed about this? I feel like it's because it's like becoming the most popular app in America and that like America doesn't own it. So there's a part of me that I feel like it's a little bit of greed that they're kind of like, no, we want to own this because they know that it's going to be bringing in billions upon billions of dollars. So anyways, go ahead and hear what James Charles has to say right here.
The dumbest that I ever heard. Makes me so mad beyond belief. We are starving. People are dying. People are in jail for marijuana. charges. We're in a war that we should not be in the first place. And TikTok is our most pressing concern? I don't think so. It's also infuriating and a test to our political system that bill got introduced, 5 minutes ago? And it was passed this morning, and now it's already going to the Senate, whereas there's already all sorts of bills that take weeks, months, years, and never get anything done to them. I don't think so. It goes to show, if somebody wants something done, it can be done, but we love to dilly-dally and make not happen, so I'm over it. It's stupid, and it really goes to show that with this election year, you need to get out and vote and do something.
As y'all can see from right there, he really did make some good points, and it was so crazy to me because this was going viral on TikTok, and like everyone and their mom was agreeing with him, which I do obviously feel like makes sense because the things that he was saying does make sense. It's kind of like, okay, wait, you can get this bill passed immediately and get this pushed through the Senate, but how many other bills and laws are like in the process of years, do you know what I mean, and not going anywhere? So I'm like, I do agree with him on that. It was just a trip though that I feel like the whole internet was like agreeing with him, which I feel like he probably felt really good about because y'all, I feel like everything he posts, I'm nosy on the TikTok comments. I'll be reading. I'm like, people still go at him crazy, y'all. And the very last thing that I do want to talk about is Tati Westbrook. I don't know if she did a Q&A or what. I didn't watch the full video. I just saw this clip floating around on Twitter, which I will play in just a second. She was asked about James Charles. Somebody had asked her, do you still talk to James Charles? And then she answered it. So go ahead and check this out right here.
Do you still talk to James Charles? No, I have not spoken to him since before I posted Breaking My Silence in the summer of 2020. I have not spoken to him one time. No, haven't spoken to any of them. None of them.
As y'all can see from right there, she is confirming that she has not talked to James Charles or any of them. So I'm sure she's meaning like Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, like any other beauty influencers out there, which I have to say, good for her, y'all. I am so sorry. I have said this time and time again. You guys know I have been on social media now for damn near 8 years, and I don't have one single social media friend. Like literally not one. And that's for a reason. I feel like whenever you start getting into these groups of people, yes, that is the fastest way to grow. That's the best way to grow. If you guys are like out there on social media, of course collabing and like being friends with other social media creators is the best way to go because you guys are gonna like feed off of each other's followers. But I just don't have it in me, y'all. I just feel like everyone's fake, everyone's like a low-key snake, and on top of that too, just keeping it real, people within social media just look for people with followers and like leech off of them and then use them and then stop being friends with them. It's just a whole cycle of things, and I'm like, no, I'm not that type of person because I feel like as soon as I become close with somebody and you like ghost me or something, like, oh, I'm gonna be heated. And I don't know, I avoid that. So I want to say good for her for like, obviously staying away from the rest of the beauty influencers. I do have to say this though, in my personal opinion, like I was really thinking about it and I was like, low key, she had no business being friends with James Charles in the first place. I think she's like 20 years older than him. So it's kind of like, why are you hanging out with somebody that young to begin with? You know what I mean? But obviously she learned her lesson about that one. So anyways, those are just the topics that I wanted to talk about within today's video. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.